Good morning, everyone. Had a slight technical difficulty with that mute button, always getting us. It is Thursday, April 13th. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. I'm Sade Campbell, the Strategic Enrollment Communications and Social Media Manager here at Houston Community College. Pleased to be joined by my co-host, Dr. Darren Baskin, who's the Interim Officer of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion here at Houston Community College, and he is joining us live from Dallas because he is serious about his commitment. Good morning, Darren.
Good morning, Sade. I am on location again for Up to the Minute. It seems like I'm always on location, but hey, we like different locations. But we're live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not the HCC page, and we're also on YouTube. But guess what? You can also find us on Twitter, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Thank you so much for that. Well, as usual, Thursday is Family Friday. Thursday is Family Fun Day. I tried to add an extra letter of alliteration in there, and we're focusing on Indian art and culture happening this weekend in Pearland. Joining us to talk about that today is Nisha Sriram, who's a communications coordinator for the global organization of Divinity-Houston, and our Thursday Family Friday guest. Good morning, Nisha.
Good morning, Sade. I'm so happy to be here today.
So happy to have you. You and Darren, especially with him being over diversity, equity, and inclusion, are going to have an incredible conversation. But first, we're going to kick off with our first guest discussing how everyone needs help a little now and then, including our students. So we're going to talk to someone who can tell them just how to get that academic help. Welcoming back to the show, Amanda Guerrero, who is the Director of Instructional Support for HCC's Academic Success Center. Welcome to the show, Amanda.
Why, thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today, Sade.
Yes, I was excited when I saw your name on the random show. I said, who knew?
Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot going on in our academic success centers as we're nearing towards finals. So it's a perfect time to talk to everybody a little bit about what do we do when we need a little help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one thing I moved into student services at peak pandemic, March 2020, and coming from financial aid. And I think what surprised me the most is just how many students are surprised by the fact that we have free virtual tutoring options in addition to help and support on how to write a paper, get a paper edit. So I think that's the biggest thing. A resource is only good if somebody knows it exists. And that's why you are here today to talk about our tutoring options. So let's kick off by talking about the real-time tutoring options where a student can get to a real person and get the support.
Absolutely. So, you know, COVID brought about a lot of opportunity, and during that time frame, our academic success centers decided we needed a venue or a route to be able to support our students remotely. And so we created the Virtual Academic Success Center and streamlined our processes, so it made it very easy for students to connect with us. They simply need to call our Academic Success Center call center, and they'll talk with one of our lab assistants who will schedule them for an appointment. And it can be either in person at one of our 14 academic success centers across, HCC campuses, or we can meet with our students through Microsoft Teams virtually. Both are real-time options for tutoring. And we cover just about every topic that is offered at HCC. For topics that may not be as high in demand, we do ask that our students be a little flexible with whether on the timeframes, because we are working with faculty tutors and peer tutors, and they all have schedules as well. And so we do our best to meet our students where their needs are, as well as our faculty and staff.
Awesome. And I think that's the other question, right? Because people may assume, they probably don't have tutoring for this. Because when you think tutoring, it's like, math, English, maybe science, but you all have a full catalog of subjects. And I just think, our students need to know, if you're struggling, think of the Academic Success Center first.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say a lot of our students do come in for writing tutoring, and it really doesn't matter what class you're taking. If there is a writing component, one of our writing or English tutors can review your writing assignment with you. And let me kind of explain. We have a lot of international students. Many of our international students are very strong in our STEM areas. And so, they come in maybe for a biology or a chemistry class, and maybe they're writing up a lab report. We have our content tutors specific for the sciences that can talk a little bit more about what's going on with the content of the paper, but then our students can also see an English or writing tutor about the grammar, the semantics, and everything that goes along with the writing component for that paper.
I think that's an incredible call out. Even outside, I tell people all the time, English is the hardest language to learn. If you think about read, read, and read the color, just that alone is like, how do you explain that to a non-native English speaker? So they overcome incredible hurdles to learn the English language. So it is awesome to hear that there's support there. But then just all of us who are native English speakers, it is something that we consistently have to say, is that the way to say it? Is that the correct conjugation? We're consistently asking ourselves that. So a great call out that any type of content that you're creating is worth having a second pair of eyes on and partnering and going to the Academic Success Center as a partner for your academic success. And I imagine, it helps to get help early and often.
Yeah, we do a lot of studies on our students who come in for tutoring. And the reason why is we always want to ensure that we're as effective as we can with our supports for our students. And what we found is our students who come in earlier and more frequently in the semester tend to have higher success rates in terms of A's, B's, and C's in their courses than those who wait later in the semester. And even those who wait later in the semester still have higher success rates than those who don't come at all. And I want to say this, a lot of our students who are coming in for tutoring may not be the students that you think would be coming in. They're not always the students who are just barely passing or, are struggling greatly. They might be our students who are receiving, high C's, low B's, and maybe they just want to do that much better. And so they're coming in for assistance. So I want to encourage each and every student who wants to improve to come in and seek tutoring assistance regardless. We have a team of very passionate tutors who are here, and they are so excited to be working with you and talking with you and helping in any way that they can. They all feel that intrinsic benefit of helping, and we have helpful hearts. And I think that's really important to understand and know when coming in and receiving tutoring.
Love it. I hear your heart in it. And I think back to my college days, and I always joke, it wasn't that long ago, but the biggest thing I remember classes where these concepts, where students have to realize these concepts build on each other. And if you miss the first part of that concept and you keep struggling, you've missed those building blocks. And now you hit tutoring and you missed all of these and you're trying to catch up here.
It's very difficult to cram a whole semester worth of content into a couple of weeks to prepare for finals, right? So earlier and frequently is our motto.
Awesome. And I think the other part is, and you said this in a different way, students who have help-seeking behaviors are the type that will go to the tutoring center, right? Like I believe that I want to be better and that there are options for me to be better and I deserve this support. I think students have to shift that mind frame that it's not a weakness. That is something that one, your fees are paid for, that you deserve, and that you should access early and often.
That is absolutely true. I can't speak enough about how in the current day and age, some folks refer to tutoring as something that is negative, and it is absolutely not negative. In other countries, and even historically in the United States, tutoring was something that was a privilege. And now it's open, free, and available to all of our students at any time. And it's there to aid in your learning and your success and your ability to persist. And, we don't just cover content specific topics. We've also started offering our Academic Success Center workshops. And so we're talking about skills that are not only going to be important through your academic journey, but as you progress in life into your career paths in the professional world, even in managing and balancing time with family schedules, things get very complex as we get a little bit older. And so some of the topics that we offer in our Academic Success Center workshops are time management, test-taking strategies, communication skills, conflict resolution, how to learn how to learn metacognition. That's a really good one. We offer overcoming math anxiety, the structure of an essay, effective note-taking methods. I'm just naming a few, and we've even partnered with counseling, and we offer, things about self-care and stress management and anxiety and that kind of thing. So I just want you guys to explore everything that is available to you. And it's so wonderful to be able to have this platform to communicate out to our faculty, our staff, our students on what we offer, because oftentimes we don't know. And this is such a great opportunity to spread the word on that. It's really easy. You can always visit our tutoring website, and everything that I've mentioned is linked through that website. And that's hccs.edu/tutoring. I'm sure it's going to be provided at one point or another throughout today's show.
Yes, absolutely. You did an incredible wrap up. She said, I'm going to let you know today. I don't want to miss one thing. And, one thing you said, it's like those things that are a barrier to you learning. The biggest thing that college teaches you, and this is what I tell students all the time, the best thing you can do for yourself is learn how you learn. Do you learn by hearing? Do you learn by writing it down and recall? Like, how do you learn and retain information? And then that informs how you study. Like, knowing that you all can help with that fundamental step is important for them to understand the full scope of your services. And they are encouraged to reach out to you all. And reach out to you all. Do not fall victim to any scams, because I can't think of a better word of tutoring that you have to pay for. We have an incredible resource here at the institution, led by an incredible leader.
Oh, thank you.
Amanda Guerrero, who we're so pleased to join the show. Amanda Guerrero is a director of instructional support for HCC's Academic Success Centers. She has shared all the information about how to connect with the Academic Success Center, but we will also have that information posted after the show. Thank you so much for joining us today, Amanda.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, Sade. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your interviewing sessions.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, Darren, you have an incredible interview up as well.
Yeah, thank you, Sade. And hey, amazing conversation. Much needed conversation, especially with where we are now with students and ensuring that we put all the resources in their path. Even if they don't need them, at least they're there for when you do at that time. So great conversation. And Amanda's a friend. So great conversation. But now we're going to move on to soon to be my new friend, Nisha Sriram, who is the communications coordinator for the global organization for Divinity-Houston and our Thursday Family Fun Day guest. Welcome to the show, Nisha.
Hi, Darren. I'm really happy and excited to be here with you all today. Thank you so much for having us. And as we are getting set for our big event this year.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. And so we're going to talk with you about that event, this 5th annual Indian Art and Culture Fest. And it's an opportunity to explore vibrant India, engage with diverse India, and experience traditional India. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. So our event is called PURANAVA. So Pura means it's like a combination of two different Sanskrit terms from the Sanskrit language. So Pura means ancient, and Nava means new. So it's the message is that the festival essentially brings the ancient culture of India along with today's modern traditions, and it's a mixture of that, and that's what we are presenting to our audience.
Oh, that's amazing. And I love how you say it. It sounds very chic and very elegant and very you need to learn something about India. That's what it reminds me of. So thank you for sharing that. And we want to give credit where it's due. This is a partnership between your nonprofit, but also with the city of Pearland, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the city of Pearland has been very supportive. They have their cultural arts grant that they give out to nonprofit arts organizations every year. And we have received that grant. We've actually been receiving the grant since 2014. And PURANAVA, our Indian Art and Culture Fest, is made possible thanks to their support. And since 2018, we've used the grant to present PURANAVA in the Pearland area. So it's thanks to the city that we've been able to present this event each year.
Oh, that's amazing. And so tell us, when is the event taking place?
So it is this upcoming Saturday, April 15th. And it's happening at the Pearland Town Center, at the pavilion at the Town Center Mall. And the main Culture Fest event is between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. But we'll actually have vendors and food and activities happening from noon onwards, because between 12 and 4 is when we have our youth competitions, cultural competitions. So we'll have a lot of kids participating in that, and we'll have parents around. So the vendors and the food stall, everything will be open. And the dance competitions will be going on the stage at the pavilion from 12:30 onwards. But we do have, many more other performances and other events planned towards the latter half of the evening.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And you're giving us details about the event, but I want to ask you about the Global Organization for Divinity. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that.
Okay. So we are basically a worldwide organization, a worldwide nonprofit. We're based in Chennai. Chennai is a big city in the southern part of India, and we're headquartered there. And we have, we are basically spread across the world in different countries. So our aim is, it's guided by our preceptor, who is our His Holiness Maharanyam Shri Muralidhara Swamiji. So he's like the guide who has started this organization, and it's under his guidance that it's happening. And here in the US and in Houston, we are very active. In the US, we're active in about 30 or 40 cities around the country. And in Houston, we are very active. We are located in the Pearland area. And we also have a temple here. And we also support a lot of community activities. We do events like this to show the diversity of our community, because our in America, we are really a very diverse community. And we'd like, since we are from India, we'd like to show and enable interaction between cultures and getting to know other cultures. So we'd like to showcase the Indian culture, and this PURANAVA is part of that, our effort to bring in that universal harmony amid all the citizens of this wonderful country.
Yeah, I mean, this event, the PURANAVA, it sounds so amazing. Like, I personally love engaging in new pieces of culture that I've never engaged in, and learn more about cultures that I haven't had the opportunity to visit or to be engaged with. And so I appreciate events like this. And your Saturday event, you have named off some amazing things that are going to happen. Like you mentioned the performances. You're going to have street performances. I hear that you're going to have henna art. I think that is the one piece of the Indian culture that I think the American culture has gravitated towards so much, is that henna art, because you see it everywhere and on everyone. So that is a good tribute to your culture. And so share with us some other things that might take place on Saturday.
Okay. So a big part of Saturdays. So the one big purpose of PURANAVA is to showcase all the different classical and folk arts of India. So India actually is a very, very diverse country. So there are different regions within India, and pretty much every region has its own little individual culture, right from languages, from the language they speak, to their dances, their art, their visual art forms, and the way they dress, the cuisine, everything is different. So it's like different pockets, and there's no, it's in fact there's no one language called Indian. India has so many, like hundreds of languages actually. So and not many people, who are not familiar with the Indian culture are not aware of, the diversity within India itself. So that is one thing that we really like to showcase here. So we have dances and performances from different parts of India, and both classical as well as folk dances. So that's something that will happen on the stage. We have different groups performing, and then at the same time we have a lot of vendors who will be selling Indian clothes, jewelry, and there'll be artists showcasing their artwork usually mostly themed around India. And then we also have a special exhibit called the Darshana exhibit, which is something that's brought together by a bunch of Indian organizations around the US. Actually, it's like a traveling exhibit, and they have a lot of information about Indian civilization and culture and Hindu civilization and culture. And that's something that's very interesting and very educational for children as well as adults. And another big thing that we have as part of this event is like a chariot festival. So towards the end of the event, this is going to be like the culmination of the event. So, and we did this last couple of years also. So we'll pull a chariot, which is actually a common practice in many temples in India. And right. So right around the pavilion, we'll pull a little chariot, and everybody who's attending, it's actually pulled by a rope, a chariot where a deity is there, and then everybody who's attending can get a chance to pull it, and then we'll have some street performances of different dances right in front of the chariot there. So it'll be just a small circle around the pavilion, but it's something that'll be very unique and fun for people to watch too, because it's not something that everybody will get to see all the time. Oh yeah, that's amazing, because you're doing something that is not normally done, and that brings that element of surprise to the event. So that's perfect. And you actually answered my last question, which was going to be about kids. And so there are lots of events for kids. And let me just throw in there before I close this. Me personally, I love Indian food. I love it, love it, love it. So I'm probably going to come to this event just to get some food. So I appreciate it. And finally, I love when someone drops little nuggets of information, and you telling me that there's no language called Indian and there's multiple languages. I love that. So thank you, Nisha, the communications coordinator for the Global Organization for Divinity-Houston, and our Thursday Family Fun Day guest. We'll have your info in our post after the show. Thank you. Thank you, Darren and Melanie and all your entire team. Thank you so much for having us here today. Perfect. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Bye. All right. Perfect interview for Diversity Month this month, Mr. Chief Diversity Officer, Darren Baskin. Yes, it was. And I too do enjoy Indian food, so I'm sure that's part of the draw as well. So much. Yes. Well, I'll kick things off for our announcements, how we always wrap out things here on Up to the Minute. Happening today is the Eastside Campus Career Fair with Councilman Robert Gallegos. Houston Eastside Campus is hosting a career fair presented by HCC campus, and the office of Councilman Robert Gallegos. You are encouraged to check out and come out to this career fair today. It'll be happening from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Eastside Learning Hub, and we'll have information posted after the show about the event. Oh, perfect.
And we also have an event called Holier Than Thou. And that title by itself just caught my attention. I just want you to know that. It's from the Spring Drama Department production. What happens when people stop being nice and start being holy? Former contestants recall their experiences from a reality TV show where they went against the powers of Jesus Christ for 7 days. That is going to be showing at 7:30 Thursday through Saturday, April 13th through the 15th, and Monday, April 17th. And the show is all free. Let me say it again. All free, Sade. It's going to be at the HCC Southwest Stafford Fine Arts Center, at the Corley Black Box Theater, and registration are going to be available for you at the end of the show.
All right, awesome. Well, HCC Northwest is continuing its Small Business Success Series. It's a 5-module program. It'll be in-person workshops with faculty, business experts, and peer delegates. Two of the topics that are coming up are Ignite the Entrepreneur in You. That'll be happening on Friday, tomorrow, April 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the next module or series event within this series is going to be Financials for Small Business Launch and Growth. That'll be happening Friday, April 21st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So all of those with an entrepreneurial spirit, your ears should be perking up, and you can find out more details and register for the events after the show.
Oh, perfect. So that brings us to celebrating our students' achievements in classical music performances. Oh, this recital will present a program of music for different instruments and voices. And this is going to be our spring student music recital that is going to be at HCC Southwest Campus in the Fine Arts Center where the recital hall is located. And it's going to be Friday, April 18th at 7:30. And it is also going to be free, Sade.
Awesome. Well, that's what we do. We put the community in community college. We out here offering these resources to our communities for free. Another resource that is available are our student success coaches, which is a new initiative here at HCC. Student success coaching is a new, and here goes that keyword, free student service available to HCC online only students. It's a grant funded initiative sponsored by the University of Florida and falling under student engagement and success. But what students need to know, our online students need to know, is that it is an incredible extension of the services you already receive that'll help you reach your goals, matriculate into the next semester. And it's a more hands-on approach and for you all to get more support. So be sure to connect with the student success coaches, and information will be posted after the show.
Okay, perfect. So at that, we are about to call it a show. We are ready. Just know that summer registration is open, and we will have everything posted at the end, and we will talk to you guys on the next Up to the Minute.